is better than ours.
Hold on. Let me give you the context though. They're winners because they won a Super Bowl in 2010, and the Falcons are losers. My counter to
Oh, so
that,
he's
though,
not talking. He's talking generality. He's not really generally. He's not generalities
but
generally.
he's also talking about we go to the playoffs every year, and I'm like, bro, y'all go to the playoffs and lose every year,
I mean,
every year.
so what? So is he saying the organization is better than the Falcons, or is he saying the team
He
2024 Steelers are better than the Falcons?
just how your brain kind of shut down there trying to figure it out is the same thing that I was having a discussion about. Is you can't call the Falcons losers if they've been to the Super Bowl and won a playoff game more recently than you guys. And then your only answer is, well, we just go to the playoffs every year. And,
Well,
and we won a Super Bowl in 2010, bro. 15 years ago.
you can. He's pulling a Norwood on Norwood. That's what literally you do with UGA every single year. No matter what bowl, no matter if we were 11-1, 12-1, 10-2, it was always y'all always gonna get a New Year's, but you're never gonna win the championship. You always it was the same thing.
But there's a difference. Though. Like I wouldn't call you guys losers. I would just
yes,
say
you would.
I would just say you guys are not gonna win the game that matters. And I know that may seem like semantics to me, but I don't think just because you don't win the game that matters, you're a loser.
No, you've called UGA losers many times.
Okay, I was being an asshole at that point, though. He's really trying to defend the point of, I'm like, bro, your team is worse off today than the Atlanta Falcons. Right now, the Steelers are in a worse position than the Falcons.
Yeah. They are, for sure. But
let's not. Yeah,
welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on the pregame, episode 175 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. I'm your co-host, Reggie. And that is my co-host Norwood, who is perturbed by Steelers fans.
You can't be just as ghetto as us talking about, oh, no, we better than you. How? Y'all wasted a whole season.
We told y'all what was about to happen with Arthur Smith over there. Told y'all. We told y'all. But
now y'all don't. Now they don't have no quarterback, and I'm happy about it.
But, ladies and gentlemen, pardon me, man. Norwood made me cough right as I was drinking some water, and it caught me off guard so bad. The Rams are winning 10-3. Y'all know what it is. Monday night, whatever game is on, Falcons, Hawks, football, basketball, we normally will watch and give you live updates. And we're watching the wild card game, or the conclusion of wild card weekend between the Rams and the Vikings. And the Rams, in Arizona, by the way, and the Rams are up 10-3.
The people mad that it's in Arizona and State Farm too, boy. Let me tell you, upset.
Mm-hmm. But y'all know what it is when it comes to the pregame. We do a little bit of something funny, some violence, and something uplifting. We're being petty today. We have nothing uplifting today. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We do. But before we get started, as always, remember to like, follow, subscribe, tell a friend, and hit the bell on YouTube. Leave a comment and let us know that you're here. Leave a comment, as well as leave a comment so that let us know that you followed and that you are now part of Dive Team Media. Also, go to diveteammedia.com or splashcast.com too. Let's get started. So, your man, LiAngelo Ball. LiAngelo Ball has signed a deal with Def Jam. Talk about swerve that corner. Signed a deal with Def Jam and Universal Music. A representative from his label Born to Ball Music Group says sources said the deal is worth as much as $13 million, with $8 million guaranteed, and gives Ball full ownership of his music and his own record deal.
No, you read that. Own record label.
Own record label. Sorry, own record label. That's a hell of a deal. Shit, man. Go ahead.
I think it's time that we do it. We have to give LeVar Ball the credit that he deserves. Elite black dad. You know we support black dads around here. Thank you for the round of applause.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Elite black dad LeVar Ball. He really said, I'll tell y'all, my mama got me a job. My first job, my mama walked me right in the foot, actually told the man he was going to hire me. And I tell that joke all the time because that's exactly how it went. She talked to the man looked at me, he looked at her, and I said, bro, I'm going to have a job here. And he like, I guess so. I wish my mom would have done this to me for the NBA. LeVar said, hey, my first son, he going to be the second pick. Then my other son, he's the best basketball player we got.
Out of all three of them, yep.
Yes. And he said Jello was the best shooter of the group, which I believe. Jello tricked himself off. Funny that he's wearing sunglasses in this picture. Tricked himself off, wasn't available. I think that what happened in China with him deterred him from ever having a legitimate NBA career, even though he's flirted with the G League and not been a terrible player in the G League. With that being said, this $8 million guarantee for this song, which is a slap, please go back to the last playlist. I put it on there because it is that good. And this is just the beginning. First of all, they're going to make that money back on this song, and there will be remixes.
They wanted the rights to. Oh, go ahead.
Right. They're going to put their artists on this. Be prepared for all the rappers that if you're from me and Reggie's demographic, age group, all the people who you love are coming out of retirement. I already saw Boosie say send it over. And I was like, yes. Yes. And I ain't gonna lie.
Throw T-Pain on there, dog. Throw T-Pain on there.
Wayne. This will be one where he take you back. I can hop on something hot that sounds like my before, and I can crush it. Or you never know, he might mixtape this. But congratulations to the Ball family. Congratulations to LeVar Ball for having. You got to give that man credit. He willed his boys to success. And they've all been successful. They've all got their money. LaMelo, max player. Lonzo, second contract,
Supermax.
Big money.
Oh, Lonzo. Yeah. Oh, you said LaMelo. Supermax,
yeah. Excuse me, you're right. Supermax and the number one player on the Charlotte Hornets. Let's be very clear.
Top Lonzo, 5 point guard.
Yes. And Lonzo bouncing back. Oh, it's there for sure. I'll send it to you, Russ. And now Jello, $8 million guaranteed. If he don't make another song, you know how many rappers been rapping and they got 8 million?
You know how many basketball players not making 8 million? So you said
you might need to swerve hit that corner, yo.
You said a lot of things. So one, again, round of applause for LeVar. 3 for 3. He said, like you said, he said Lonzo is going to be the number 2 pick. He said LaMelo is the best one. He said LiAngelo is the best shooter, and what we saw he was. But then he also said after the whole sunglasses incident, he said LiAngelo is going to turn out to be a rapper. And he's going to be a really good rapper. He actually said that in an interview, and everybody was like, rapper? Like, what are you talking about? And for him to come out with this song with the backup of his brothers, because you know his brothers were bumping this in the background, in the league caught on to it, and plus he was able to play, and he was kind of part of that fraternity or affiliated with that fraternity of the NBA basketball players or the professional athlete in general, and then for them to bump it, and then it's like so catchy, and then for it to catch, he used social media, and then for all of those things, they just had all the tools. That's what I really, really like about the Ball family. They had LeVar took the money and his skills that he used to make his money, and he turned it into a tool to get the best possible outcome from his sons, or for his sons. I won't even say from. For his sons. He knew his kids were going to be tall. He knew that the best way to change or make more money in professional sports, as well as grow his businesses, not just the apparel, but he also did personal training too. Remember, like he was training, he worked with Onyeka Okongwu. Like, so he grew his businesses and grew the tools out for everybody, for his sons to succeed. And for him to have the foresight and have the plan and to execute on the plan. You know how hard it is for people to execute a plan that's like for a project as a project manager, for people to execute a plan that's 2 months, 6 months, a year. This is a 20-year plan. Think about that.
I know people. You got to remember what a week, 1 week. People cannot, if you tell them, hey, we're going to do A, B, C, and D this week, you might get A and you might get D and you might get a little piece of B and you're not going to get none of C. This man has literally willed his sons to success. Say what you want to. I never got Big Baller Brand shoes. I don't care. The shot that I took, you know how many businesses failed before? He hit and told y'all he was going to hit before. It's a whole nother thing to say, hey, man, it's another thing to try to do something. It's a whole different thing to call your shot.
And yeah, so for like 24 to have a 20, what LaMelo is 21, 22. So to have a 22-year plan and to stick to it as it evolves, as it moves, as it's set back is unfathomable. I couldn't even, it gives me something to work for as a new dad. Man, that is
right.
He should write books. LeVar, that's your next venture. Get somebody, a professional writer, to write a book or write something on behalf of you.
The autobiography of LeVar Ball, Never Lost.
Never lost. Ooh, hey, just invest in Dive Team Media. That'll be your commission for that.
We'll put it together. Hey, we'll chat GPT the hell out your book.
But like, for this, for LaMelo, for LiAngelo, and this is what I really wanted to finish with LeVar was the contract. LiAngelo's getting $8 million guaranteed, plus that could go up to $13 million if he gets another song, which I don't see why he wouldn't. Like at this point, where he is now, he can capitalize. Total, the Ball brothers
I'll be an $8 million one-hit wonder. That's not how one-hit wonders go. Every time you hear one-hit wonder, he broke.
We'll get to it. And then you got the Ball brothers' total guaranteed money, according to Sport Track, is $292 million.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell y'all the exact number because I want y'all to have it for context. $291,852,600. And I will give them credit. They still operate as a family. I was just watching something where they were talking about how Lonzo has a room at LaMelo's house and vice versa. They moved like this ain't like you got your $8 million and I have mine. This is a cumulative sum of money. And LeVar we laugh a lot of time and talk about other people's culture. You make the money, you bring it back to the house. That's what he did.
And I didn't even want to talk. I didn't even think about this part. We all were looking at them funny when Big Baller, not them, but LeVar, looking at LeVar funny when Big Baller brand collapsed because of everything that happened. Whether it's his fault or not, we still looked at it funny, and a lot of people were saying, I told you so. And then when LaMelo went to Puma, it was like, oh yeah, he ain't, they kind of falling out. Man, if the fact that whole family jugged the corporate system, jugged all the corporations, they actually took all of their talents, said, okay, it didn't work for the Big Baller brand internationally yet, went and got out some more money, came back, as you said, operated as a family, and then put the middle brother on who had a setback, but then they set him up for success. Like, this is a masterclass of black family, of being a black dad. Even if he didn't have all the success, the fact that they pulled all of their money together, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold just threw another pick. Okay, y'all.
Fumble.
Oh, fumble. Okay, y'all. So we're doing a live update of Vikings Rams. Sam Darnold just sixed it. He fumbled, and I think it was a sack fumble, and they the Rams picked it up and ran it back for a touchdown. And I believe that was Jared Verse that ran it back for a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. The rookie, Jared Verse, who they said was too slow.
The issue was the man who was supposed to block him ran up the field but didn't turn around. He looked
at all.
Open. But yeah, at the end of the day, LeVar, like to sum it up for me, LeVar Ball has made each one of his sons individually wealthy. And hell, throw Onyeka Okongwu in there.
The whole dog, they got a documentary on Chino Hills coming out for when he was there.
And that's all kids from Chino. That's not like the rest of y'all who are going from place to place to place and let's super cop up, put our kids together. No, I'm from Chino Hills. We not gonna do the rest of this. No, this is us, and we're gonna do it right from here.
Yep. So shout out to LeVar, man. Shout out to LeVar. Moving on to boxing. There's a quick callback to 2 weeks ago when we saw, really a month ago, we saw Tyson Fury lose to Alexander Usyk. His name is it's pronounced Alexander, but it's spelled with an O.
Already, his name is Sir. The way that he bounced him around that ring, you address that man as Sir, and you better not make him mad.
Oh man! And of course, Fury, had his disputes about the fight and all those things. He could say whatever he wanted to, but he ended up losing. And now, Tyson Fury has announced his second retirement from boxing. He had 34-2-1 record. He retired the first time in 1999 after a loss. And then he ended up boxing 9 months later. But at this point, 25 years later, this second retirement seems like it's it. And he just can't move like he used to. And that guy, that dude was teeing off, and he hit some talk about a reality check. That knockout was a reality check.
And I say this all the time. This is the reason that I give Floyd so much credit. It's tough to be rich and be good at a combat sport, because you just don't have the anger, aggression, hate that it takes to go out and try to knock somebody's face off. Floyd was doing it and was ungodly rich. Once you get your money, Conor, Ronda Rousey, Tyson Fury, get on out of there. You made your money. This is not an old man's game.
Yeah. And Tyson Fury, it is, you have to commend him on a really good career. And the fact that he came back from being overweight, out of shape, no motivation, drinking, and all the things that he said he used to do, to come back as the Gypsy King and, win the world heavyweight championship and knock out Deontay Wilder, basically in Wilder's career, and knock out other fighters. Now, a lot of people will talk about, another sag. A lot of people will talk about that he didn't fight Anthony Joshua. There were some heavyweights that he didn't fight, but it's undeniable that for that 3 or 4 year span, he was the king. He was the Gypsy King. So shout out to you, man. We'll give you a round of applause for that.
Fantastic career. You gave us some fights, man. You gave us plenty of podcasts.
Material.
Yeah. Salute.
Yeah, and he's still 6'9", and a regular human being wouldn't want no parts of that. So don't get outside of y'all face now. 6'9"
off the ground.
Pick your whole shoulder. That'd just be like one of them eraser in the paint app. Just get you all out of there.
Yeah, I hate it happened to him like that.
Speaking of hate it happened to him like that. So Georgia, not even Georgia. There's a lacrosse league. Part of it, I think there's one in Canada. There's also one that started up in America. The one in Canada has been there for a little while longer than the American one. But for those that aren't familiar with lacrosse, it is basically hockey on grass or turf. And I'll just let this play. And for the audio experience, there's a fight where they fought just like in hockey. Threw the gloves down, threw the stick down, took off the helmet, grabbed each other. But boy, did it end as fast as it began. For y'all that are watching, y'all just laugh. Tell me when you see it. Ooh. See, so Buddy
in the fight though, they still tussling. Gloves are on. Homeboy's like, let me get my gloves off. Now they're just fighting. As soon as he took that glove off, it was over. Night, right to sleep. I'm talking about knocked him in the next week. The bad part is, bro, you cannot come back and play lacrosse after that. He put you to sleep.
No, the bad part is you were fighting on behalf of your teammate who got roughed up by said dude. Now, this is when I knew it was over, though. When he took off the helmet, he had afro. I said, oh, now this takes me back to the Cedric the Entertainer joke where he said black folks that play hockey or any type of sport like that are just going around to fight and literally get our reparations from the fists. And that man, for whatever percentage of black he is, he represented that to the fullest and laid that man out. Said, let me get these gloves off real quick.
I can get this glove off.
Here. And laid him out.
Literally got the glove off and gave him the right hand of fellowship immediately, boy. You might as well open the doors of the church. It's over, boy. Night. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta watch it one more time.
You're done for the day. You're not putting him back. Bro, he's in concussion.
No, you are in concussion protocol. Oh my Lord. Woo. Then he tried to get up, and that shoulder just said nope. He hit him in the ear. That equilibrium.
You are in the prone position. That man had that face down.
Move. Where's the AI folks? Do this video and put him in the prone position.
That boy had that thing tooted up. He hit you so hard. He was like, where am I?
Tooted and booted.
Help me.
Look at that. Cam Newton coming.
Right
Cam Newton coming. Cam Newton coming. Cam Newton coming.
Yo, me and Reggie are ridiculous. And that punch was a heat-seeking missile.
And it connected immediately with the jaw. And finally, for the pregame, this is just some uplifting, funny stuff, and basically stuff that should happen. Shout out to the Major League Baseball and shout out to Major League Baseball for doing the right thing. We're going to give you an applause first. Low applause. Give you an applause first. So what are you talking about, people that are listening to audio experience? I'll explain. Major League Baseball has banned the 2 Yankees fans who grabbed Mookie Betts' wrists and stole the ball out of his glove during the World Series from all Major League Baseball stadiums indefinitely. If you remember, the guy that stole the ball out of his glove said, I'll be back next year. No, you won't, sir. Commendable move by the Major League Baseball. And Mookie Betts said, you lucky that they did that because I was trying to get to you.
I think that they should press charges for assaulting a black man. This looks like they tried to literally rob him. It was something that he clearly possessed, and you took it away from him. I don't like, of course, y'all putting your hands on this black man at his job, number one. Number two, y'all are Yankees fans, so you know y'all are already trash as far as I'm concerned.
Compost.
The hot dog sippers. Yeah. The glizzy sippers. That was what I couldn't find. Yeah. But yeah, y'all as glizzy sippers, ban them. But all they're going to do is grow facial hair and show
up. Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, they probably just won't buy the ticket. They'll just buy the ticket for somebody else. Or somebody else will buy the ticket. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the pregame. We're going to take about seconds, maybe a couple minutes. I gotta make sure I got enough water. Take about 30 seconds, and then we are going to come back with episode 1. What happened?
If y'all got a spatula, get a spatula, because they keep scooping Sam Darnold off the ground every play. The other line, let them get jumped.
We will be right back. Y'all stay tuned. Episode 175 of the Splashcast on the way. We'll be right back.
you even real? Or did I make you up? How can someone like you wanna give me love? Don't think I deserve it, but I can get enough. You're so beautiful, spiritual, more like a miracle. Part of me scared that you might be invisible. Too good to be true. Tell me, are you? Are you? Are you? Made up in my head, or are you in my bedroom? Questions that I asked ever since I met you. Tell me, are you? Are you? Are you? Are you? Are you? Something from a dream or something that I made up. Questions that I ask every time I wake up.
You never do too much. Somehow you still enough for me. I can feel the rush. Even when you slow dance for me. Looking at you laying right there. Are you from this world? I swear you're beautiful, spiritual. I just want you to know. Is it I pretend it's something I'm in real? I don't know what to think. If it's all a dream, I don't wanna wake up. Are you? Are you? Are you? Are you?
Made up in my head, or are you in my bedroom? In my bedroom. Questions that I ask ever since I met you. Tell me, are you? Are you? Are you? Are you? Are you? Are you? Something from a dream or something that I made up. Questions that I ask every time I wake up. Are you?
And nope. Beginning of the episode. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 175 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. I'm your co-host Reggie.
I am your co-host Norwood. Our powers combined. You already know what it is. We are your HBCU homeboys. It is a Monday night, as my comrade said, and you're doing better than Sam Darnold right now. He's been sacked 6 times.
And it is now update, so you know what it is. Monday Night Raw. We are watching whatever game is on. Normally it's either the Falcons, Hawks, or Monday Night Football. We are actually watching the last game of Wild Card Weekend in the NFL for the playoffs. Vikings, Rams. And as of 9:38, it is 23 plus extra point pending to 3. Rams over the Vikings in Arizona. This is absolutely unfortunate.
This, yo, Sam getting whooped.
Plumber chick, boy. He getting beat down.
Yeah, maybe you should have bought him Benz or something for Christmas, boy. You can't just stop.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in NFL. But just a little update. But y'all know what it is when it comes to Monday Night Raw. We always talk about HBCU news around the culture, followed by college football, pro football, or whatever sport is in season. This will soon wrap up football season here in the next month. So we'll then proceed to talk about basketball mainly. So you know what it is. We're about to start out with HBCU news around the corner. News around the culture. We also go back and listen to the pregame if you're listening to the tape version of this. If not, Let's get into it. I'm actually gonna post this. I gotta post this update, so y'all bear with us as we go. If I'm not looking directly at the camera, but let's get started with HBCU's news around the corner culture. So, what's pretty cool? There was something pretty cool that happened yesterday. We'll talk about it when it gets to the pro football of Bucks and Washington Commanders. But the Washington Commanders signed Bobby Wagner from the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams last year, and it was kind of confusing. Bobby Wagner is like a 15-year pro, I want to say, and he signed with the Commanders. And while they were doing the introductions, he actually introduced himself as Bobby Wagner, and you have to say your school, and he said Howard University. And I immediately perked up like, Bobby Wagner, you ain't go to no Howard University. You went to Utah State. Like, I know that. But no, Bobby Wagner was representing for Howard University because he enrolled in Howard in January 2024, an 18-month course to get his master's degree, which was the main reason why he signed with the Washington Commanders, because he was looking at his career after football. So he actually has a love for HBCUs, and he is doing so well in school as well as being a standout all-pro linebacker. He has a 4.0 that he has been nominated for the Walter Payton Award as well. Bobby Wagner, this is awesome. Shout out to HBCUs. We're so happy that we have an ally in you, and that was great, man, and congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, number one. Excellent, because you could have chosen any number of schools to go to, and you chose to go to HBCU Howard. Congratulations, fantastic, and yeah, thank you for being an advocate and spending your money. That's another part. Spend his money, went somewhere. He went to HBCU.
Yeah, man, and the fact that we always call Dan Quinn the culture creator. He said that he went out and got leaders and guys that were going to be able to help the younger rookies mature and guide them into playing football. And you couldn't have gotten a better person than Bobby Wagner. So that is absolutely phenomenal. Let's move on to so Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson has hit the ground running at Delaware State. Apparently, this is something that he has been working on for a while. It was just he kept it under wraps in terms of working to be a football coach. But Deshaun Watson, we showed you the portal last week, and that he got, I think, 6 players from the portal last week. He has now landed the highest rated recruit in Delaware State history, in Jaden Robinson. 5'10", 160 pounds from Gardena, California. Held 20 offers from Texas, California, Arizona State, just to name a few. Deshaun Watson's on his way, apparently.
Yeah, congratulations. 3-star. We'll say the kid, I think he's like 5'10", 160. But I think that if there's one person who can tell you how to be an elite player at 5'10", 160, it's Deshaun.
He's got to be lightning fast.
Yes. And you know he is. And you're talking to the guy who's lightning fast. This is excellent. I like what he's doing already. He ain't wasting no time.
Not at all. So also he's gotten praise. He got praise from so many people, just like Mike Vick did. His former coaches, Andy Reid, went to vouch for him and said, I could not be more supportive of his desire to coach Division I football and would stake my career on his success at Delaware State University. I cannot wait to see where he takes the university and where the university takes him. This is a win-win for everyone, particularly the young men that get to learn from him and the incredible staff he will assemble. Andy Reid, 3-time Super Bowl champ. And I don't remember if he played for the Rams, but Sean McVay came out and vouched for him as well and said, I could talk about this guy all day. Get too short of it. To keep it short, basically he's a high character, leader of men, a student of the game, and has an authentic passion that will inspire new supporters to Delaware State football from Sean McVay. So those are two great endorsements from Deshaun Watson, for Deshaun Watson.
You can't get better references than the guy and the guy. I do really appreciate them vouching in this way. That's important. Just for the confidence of the program. This is a lot of notoriety. These are the things that get posted and get HBCUs talked about beyond just on HBCU platforms. When Sean McVay says something, it's not an HBCU conversation. It's a football conversation. When Andy Reid has something to say, it's a football conversation. So why those things might not be, to me, it just means a lot. That helps move us forward, move the game forward, and move his program forward.
And if he can get some, I'm not saying he should. I'm just saying if it were to happen, he gets immediate success. A lot of times, black coaches and HBCUs and minorities just need, I'm not going to say need, but just want to be viewed as a legitimate coach. And these comments and these endorsements help legitimize his stature as a head coach. Not saying he needs to be legitimized from a white man or whatever like that. I'm not saying that. But to have your former bosses and leaders endorse your leadership qualities is huge, especially when they're at the top of the game.
The pinnacle. You're talking about, Andy Reid, he right on the precipice. He win another Super Bowl or two. He going to be the GOAT coach. And Sean McVay is the guy that everybody's trying to replicate.
Yep. So, that's absolutely awesome. Let me go back to this game, see what we got. All right. So then finally in HBCU news, it's halftime. So finally in HBCU news, we talked about Prairie View. This is another callback. We talked about Prairie View. We announced that Tremaine Jackson came from Valdosta State. Valdosta State was upset in the Division II playoffs. They were the number one team. He had an incredible run there. He announced that he was going to Prairie View A&M to come back home. He's from Houston. Well, that was 2 weeks ago. In 1 week, 3 days specifically, they got commitments from 6 players. Quarterback, receiver, linebacker from Valdosta State, 2 DBs, and a defensive lineman. And I looked at all of these guys, and he definitely has a formula for what he's going for. He's going for taller DBs, bigger linemen, and mobile quarterbacks. So this is awesome. We're always, shout out to Lights on College Sports for providing us with the update. We are always going to highlight when HBCUs are getting better. And Prairie View, man, y'all better look out in the SWAC West, the Wacky Wacky West as they call it. Prairie View could be right back.
Yeah, you go get 6. JUCO, Memphis, Valdosta State, who had a really good season. Baylor, Youngstown, and Northwestern State. Oh yeah, and especially like you said, this thing is up and down. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, this thing is up and down. So yeah, it doesn't take much for you to get what you need these days and turn the program in a different direction.
Yeah,
and I'm still here.
Yeah, no, yeah, you hear? I hear you. Yeah, that's one really good point, and we kept talking about it when we were talking about the portal and leading up to these years, leading up to this era of college football. I was hoping that HBCUs were going to be able to take advantage of this, and instead they are, but they went about it a different way. They got the notoriety and the coaches first, starting with Deion, and then they brought in other coaches, high profile. Now you have Mike Vick and all of these guys, and they're coming back. And now you are getting the transfer, so the talent is getting better. So this is awesome, man. This is absolutely awesome. But ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the HBCU segment of Monday Night Raw. We're going to take a couple minutes. Norwood's going to replug in his camera, and we will be right back for NCAA football. Few things got to talk about. Transfer portal. There he is. Transfer portal and the college football semifinals and national championship setup. So y'all stay tuned. Remember, always like, follow, subscribe. We appreciate it. We will be right back.
Bring your beverages.
Oh, yeah, beverages. Why not? Actually, I'm back at work now. I'm going to do it anyway.
Man, I swear, boy. You just standing on shit, you hear me? You ain't gonna have to respect it. But we checking, you hear me? Fuck you, Tom.
I ain't the one, I'm the right one. Stay low, move like a python. They too sweet, had to strike some. I got plenty hits and I ain't done. I look like an angel in the bright sun. I turn to a demon when the night come. Walk how I talk, bitch, I'm a done. Eat up the beat, I ain't leave a crumb. A lot of my friends with ghosts. Yeah, that's cool for sure. I had to learn to let shit go. That's how you niggas get back though. Told me I wouldn't be shit without him. He did respect it. Fuck your cosign, I was viral when you met me, bitch. Loose wise, bound to start gunfire, loose lips, sink ships. Made it out my city, counting riches, now my head big as a blimp. Looking like I got coke on my nine, like a 70s pimp. No count, but the heavy metal made me walk around with a limp. Loose wise, bound to start gunfire, loose lips, sink ships. Made it out my city, counting riches, now my head big as a blimp. Looking like I got coke on my nine, like a 70s pimp. No count, but the heavy metal made me walk around with a limp. Get left in the past. Chip on my shoulder, I'm mad. Look like I'm coming in last, but I'm just overlapping they ass. America is Timeri, I'm indigenous to these lands. My blood in the dirt, the mud, the water, shit, even the sand. They like, damn, dude, they stealing the style from you. Well, they can have my flowers, truth is, I am the root. They got a salute, I slide like a troop. I already laced my boots, decapitate a man, talk for plan. Have you ever seen her hear me troop? Shit, loose wise, bound to start gunfire, loose lips, sink ships. Made it out my city, counting riches, now my head big as a blimp. Looking like I got coke on my nine, like a 70s pimp. No count, but the heavy metal made me walk around with a limp. Loose wise, bound to start gunfire, loose lips, sink ships. Made it out my city, counting riches, now my head big as a blimp. Looking like I got coke on my nine, like a 70s pimp. No count, but the heavy metal made me walk around with a limp.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our college football segment of episode 175 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. Got a few things we're going to talk about today. Let's talk about the semifinals while we're here. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. Then we can talk about Nick Saban, and we'll talk about Carson Beck and all of those things, and Dion and all of those things as well.
I'm good with that.
Beverage. So let me start. Notre Dame beats Penn State in a hell of a game.
Right.
This is not coming. Oh, there it is. Okay. Notre Dame beats Penn State in a hell of a game, 27-24. James Franklin falls to 1-18 versus top 5 opponents. Marcus Freeman gets Notre Dame to the national championship game in his second year as head coach.
Correct. Yes. Yeah, because that's when your boy left Notre Dame for greener pastures. Boy, funny how that worked out. I ain't got no answer for that, boy.
Yeah, man. That I think your boy Brian Kelly said he left for LSU from Notre Dame because he wanted to have a chance to win championships. Boy, that looks stupid now.
When you break up with somebody and then you start glowing up.
Now he does sound foolish. He does look foolish, especially because LSU ain't been close to the playoff. And Marcus Freeman is now in the national championship game. But also, you got to kind of look at it in the correct lens. When he left, if I remember correctly, there was only a 14 playoff, right? So
correct.
He then gets to LSU. Now, one could say he was foolish because he thought going from Notre Dame to LSU was going to give you an easier path. That was dumb. But you know, I mean, I can't vouch for him, man. That was stupid. That was dumb, bro. That was dumb. You knew it was coming down the hill. You knew that Oklahoma and Texas were going to the SEC. You knew that because that was put in place like 4 years ago. You knew what was going to happen. The schedules come out for those matchups years and years in advance. That was just dumb. Dumb, Brian Kelly. Dumb, diddy. And now, Marcus Freeman not only has them in the national championship game with the team that he didn't really get a whole lot of portal transfers from. Got a few, didn't get a lot. So this is your roster that he's taken to the national championship.
Dang, this is has it come full circle that at one point you had a black coach who was fired, then the white coach took over. Oh, come on, Siri, relax. And now you have the white coach who left, and the black coach takes over and takes you to the championship.
Just to confirm, you like to call ball.
No, do not.
Okay.
Siri trying to call people.
But yeah, man, the difference is there's a little bit of a difference because Brian Kelly underachieved where Tyrone Willingham overachieved. And then that would be the equivalent if they were to fire Marcus Freeman now and then go get a coach and then that coach win with Marcus Freeman. Because you got to remember, Notre Dame is set up for success with all of the recruits that he's brought. He's got all the former players recruits, all of them. Jerome Bettis, Ryan Clark, all of them are there.
It's a family affair. NFL family affair.
So he's out there, man. And not only can you now pay players, but you're selling them on the program. The program is set to earn $20 million for their conference, i.e. their school. So teams that make the college football national championship earn $20 million for their conference. Notre Dame has now made $20 million because they have no conference to share it. They get to keep it all. So while everybody else, let's see, there's 16 teams in the Big Ten, right? So Ohio State made 20 divided by 16. That's how much money they made. That's a little over $1 million, and Notre Dame makes 20. They won before even getting on the field.
Themselves, right? $20 million to ourselves. Don't give it to anybody. I'm never getting a conference now, and I'm for sure gonna make it to the 12-team playoff every year.
That's the part. There's no incentive. There's no incentive for Notre Dame to join a conference now. They make 20 times as much by staying independent. And they can say that they basically are assassins. They just go from conference to conference. And they just play the SEC, they play the ACC, they play the Big Ten, they play the Pac, whatever it's going to be. And they either beat you or they barely lose. And now with a 12-team playoff, they're guaranteed to make it because they're Notre Dame. Yeah, never joining a conference. Never joining a conference. Y'all are out of your mind if you think I will.
No, you can't convince me.
Not at all. So Notre Dame, they will end up playing Ohio State in the championship game. So we have a non-SEC championship game for the first time since Nah, yeah. No, because who did Michigan beat last year? Washington. So yeah, there was a non-SEC. Right. There was non-SEC. So this is 2 years in a row of non-SEC. They don't. Nah, Russ, they do not split that with a conference. They don't. Wow, no, they're not an independent school, but independent. You can't be an independent school in a conference. That don't make no sense. All independent schools are independent. Nah, they don't split that with nobody. But
no. Yeah, they split it up between themselves. That's what they split it up with.
Yep. Yeah. So for those that are listening, the audio experience, somebody in the chat was asking if they had to split it with other independent schools. And no, that is the definite. There's no point of being an independent. But Ohio State, back to it. Ohio State beat Texas in the Cotton Bowl. Few thoughts on it. Ohio State. I told y'all Ohio State was a dangerous team because they were pissed off. Their last game they played before the playoff was losing to Michigan, a team that they thought that they should have beaten. And everybody thought they should have beaten. And low key, they lost the fight too. So, and Ryan Day was put on the hot seat. Jack Sawyer, who had the game sealing sack, forced fumble, 83-yard fumble return for the longest fumble return in Cotton Bowl history. He was being viewed a certain way because he ripped the flag of Michigan from turned out to be Jason Avant. They spent $20+ million on a roster. No matter how Kirk Herbstreit tries to dress it up, they spent $20 million on a roster. So this is a satisfying team, a satisfying win for them. What's your thoughts before I get to Texas?
They beat them. I can't say nothing. I still, at the end of the day, don't trust Ryan Day. But they did it. And Ewers, I tried to bump for you. Sark, I'm disappointed in the game you called. Congratulations. One thing I'm not a hater. If you go out and do it, you shift your eyes all you want to.
Literally says you were in the last episode.
Maybe I did.
I'm a hater. I'm
probably being facetious. But in this case, like, facts are the facts. Ohio State beat Texas hands down, up and down.
Yeah. With Texas, you did. I don't want to say I told you so because I don't want y'all to think I'm preying on some man's downfall or I'm scorned from what happened. But I told y'all Sark isn't a great play caller in big moments. I told you that. I told y'all. And Ryan Day, shout out to him and his game plan. He didn't have to make any big calls. There weren't really a lot of clutch calls that he had to make during this whole game. Not that I saw. You know, it was just, they just beat him. Texas, on the other hand, y'all, that toss play from the 2-yard line that got it to 3rd and 4th and goal from the 6 was just a stupid play call. And the thing is, that's the stupid play calls that Sarkisian used to do here in Atlanta. The same thing. No matter how much he dresses it up and does the double.
I'm gonna blame it on that lady. When he was single, he was calling them plays. As soon as she started showing up, dancing in the videos, all in the background, all women ain't good for you, bro. This might be a sign.
Are you throwing the college football playoff loss on his wife?
When they knew that when she was out of it, they played well. When she came right on back, now playoff time.
And they did. She was around when they lost to Georgia both times. No, I'm not co-signing that. But I will say, Quinn Ewers has a decision to make. Now, that's another thing I didn't understand with Sark. Why ain't let Arch Manning throw the ball? Why did you have 1st and goal from the 1 and not put Arch Manning in the game? Why did you run a toss play? Your play calling was atrocious.
I agree with that because now I like Ewers probably more than most, but there has to come a point where you have to say, hey, this ain't working. We need to change your pace. And I was waiting on him to go to him like, hey, man, at this point, roll the dice. You already see Ewers ain't got it, and you don't have a way to move forward. You don't lose nothing.
Or you're going to lose everything, which looked like it happened. So Texas will be in an interesting spot. Now, they will have one of the richest or one of the most expensive rosters next year. They already paying Justice Terry. I think they're paying him $10 million. So, or something close to that, something wild crazy. So, another one? Oh, no, it's Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
Mid.
Cooper hit it with a heat. Hey, well, yeah, now we're up. Yeah, I run whatever I want to. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna give Cooper what credit is due. That was a poorly placed ball that he went back.
Yep. I mean, that time, yeah, it is. Come on, Google Drive. But anyway, so now you have Ohio State. Now you have Notre Dame versus Ohio State for the national championship. And I guess we'll talk more about that on Saturday Morning Live. We'll pick whoever. Huh?
I mean, we pick now. No matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's on Monday at 7:30. Yeah, because we could do just the playoffs on Saturday. I told you, I either wanted Penn State or Notre Dame to win. If Notre Dame wins, that means everybody loses. And that'll all you stupid people that are saying the SEC is over with. That's it. All you saying that the Big Ten is taking over. That's it. And they would have beaten the beloved Ohio State. I would like Notre Dame to win. Will they win?
Best case scenario would have been Penn State for me. Now that Penn State's out of it, Notre Dame is the better of the situation. I just hate that Notre Dame, because it like legitimizes them to a point of, oh, this is a team that has not been good in umpteen 100 years, and now you get your championship, and now I have to hear from all three Notre Dame fans for the next 50 years about that one championship we won in 2025.
No, I think this sets them up to be a they
now the other part
they keep
is
Marcus Freeman there. They could be a problem.
That is scary. That is what I will take joy in. Yeah, it took y'all to finally get right with leaving the black coach alone. Yeah, that's the little bit of peace I have. Here's what I got. This is what I got. Breaking news. This is why I want Notre Dame to win. Marcus Freeman went to Ohio State. I want Notre Dame to win so that Ohio State fires Ryan Day, and then they go after Marcus Freeman as Do you fire Ryan Day now? International. I don't think you can fire him. He's kind of like Todd Bowles to me. I've done enough to not get fired. If I got you to the national championship, you can't fire me now. I had at least 2 more seasons.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. And now they're going to have to start a true freshman next year, but I mean, I guess that don't really matter no more anyway. So we both picking Notre Dame here.
Fuck yeah. I'm not picking Ohio State.
I'm picking Notre Dame, but I don't know if they can beat Ohio. Jeremiah Smith.
Ohio State. The only way that I'm picking Ohio State is if y'all are playing in the championship. And then I probably just wouldn't go to the library. Is there a baseball game in the Dominican that I can watch? Like
that boy said, let me go sightseeing of this. Let me go look at some boats in Idaho. That's what I need to go. So yeah, you got that. So we'll talk more about it on Saturday Morning Live. I'll probably get into like matchups and all of those things. But just from a pure, I don't like either one of y'all. Going for Notre Dame here. What's my motto, Norwood? Going with
chaos.
the Blacks. That too. We're going always side with the Blacks. That too. Now chaos. This would surely send it into chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move on. Carson Beck. Carson Beck's transferring to the University of Miami.
Girlfriend.
Well, that too. But Carson Beck has withdrawn his name from the NFL draft. If you remember, last month, December 2024, he entered his name into the NFL, or he said he was going to declare. This very, 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 very important distinction. He said he was going to declare for the NFL draft. And then January 2024, it comes out that he is withdrawing from the NFL draft and going to sign an NIL deal. Well, I'm sorry, enter the transfer portal. Which I was like, oh, so he about to get paid. Turns out that Carson Beck scores close to a $10 million NIL deal in NIL deals and to go to the University of Miami and replace Cam Ward and be the starting quarterback. That I would too. And he gets to reunite with his girlfriend, Hannah Cavender.
The Cavender twins.
Mm-hmm.
Go back.
10 million. 1 year.
This is good for me. This is fantastic for me. I don't know if this has any type of.
No, this is a Florida thing. I know.
This doesn't have really any bearing for you because you guys can just find a quarterback in like 2 weeks, but don't have one now, from my estimation.
We got Gunner, but yeah, you could go get somebody.
I don't think the Gunner is the option for the future. But he drags Matt Stafford down like he playing.
He's
but okay,
24-3.
Yeah, but Matt Stafford not really playing out of this world either. He's just not getting.
I ain't got to. We got 2 defensive touchdowns. I'm chilling. If it ain't there, sack, run the ball.
Throw it in the dirt. Throw it in the dirt, son.
I'll be 2 for 30.
Miami, $10 million for Carson Beck is probably the worst investment in $10 million I've seen since the Pelicans paid Zion. This is a terrible usage of money. If you have $10 million and your $10 million go to Carson Beck, like my dad said, I need $10 million to pay to Carson Beck like I need a hole in my head. What? There is not a world where this is what I would spend my $10 million on. Hell, you could have got anybody else other than Carson Beck. But I can guarantee, y'all barbecue chicken next season. Mario Cristobal, get your resume ready. You're going to get fired.
Well, I mean, Carson Beck was as soon as he said he was entering the portal, he was the number 1 player in the portal. He was going to get NIL deals. What's up, Vanessa? He was going to get NIL deals wherever he went. And at the time he entered the portal, everybody else who entered the portal that was worth taking that pretty much already committed. Remember, he entered the portal late. He declared for the draft first. So Miami, she's enraged. Vanessa, why you mad? Tell us in the comments why you mad, Vanessa. He was never gonna.
You mad, son?
He was never gonna come back to Georgia. It doesn't bother me because he was never gonna come back to Georgia. Him declaring for the draft was basically, hey, you got to go somewhere, but you can't stay here. And the fact that he's getting $10 million, I don't hate it. Miami, I ain't got to see Miami next year. At least not unless we make the playoffs. I ain't got to see him. So, I mean, whatever.
Oh, if you make the playoffs, Miami won't be there with Carson Beck. I think that you guys are uniquely qualified to know how unscary he is.
Yeah, and they ain't got a good – now, they ain't got no offensive line either. So, I mean –
nobody, babe. As soon as – and I have friends who are Miami fans, and I'm like, oh, yeah, we're going to pay. I'm like, have y'all, like, seen him before?
Threw 3 picks and 5 passes against Florida.
Man, with the Monstars. If you can't get it done with Georgia, let me tell you this. For any player, if you get to the University of Georgia, and it pains me to say this, and you cannot get it done there, throw yourself away, throw your life away. You're going to get another job somewhere else, boy, because this is it. That's like not being able to get it done with Andy Patrick Mahomes. Once you go there, you become Kadarius Toney.
Yeah.
You're fat ass, son. You're fat ass. You can go anywhere else.
Send you right to the Browns.
You know from me, bruh, it's over. You get one more stop, and then you get a job. You selling mortgages. You selling homes. Or I hope you invested.
So the thing about Carson Beck that I heard, or it was either a tweet or I heard, I read, it made me go back and look. Was there was a difference in how he was able to get all of his hype for this year? Because I was trying to figure out, I was like, I don't know if I've seen such a steep drop off from somebody that was supposed to be a Heisman Trophy candidate. Well, there's a big difference in roster between this year's roster and last year's roster. You know what the difference is? It's two. Brock Bowers, Ladd McConkey.
Sure.
Both of them are gone. You have no security blanket.
McConkey as
Matt Conkey. Matt Conkey had that A in there.
Let me tell y'all. But Monty talking about Ladd McConkey is one of the funniest things that you could ever experience.
Him and Kadarius Toney.
Matt McConkey. I was like,
McConkey.
The way that he said he killed it. And whatever it is, it's gonna be with Ladd.
We'll get there. Oh, we gonna get
there. Justin Herbert just threw me under the bus. Like, bro, between Justin Herbert and Sam Darnold, it's like, bro, do y'all listen to the podcast and y'all throwing games? As soon as I get y'all to a point where y'all are respectable, y'all know I'm already the damn near the only Matt Ryan fan, and I'm putting y'all in the same Matt Ryan position, and then y'all go trick it off Johnny. Yo,
we'll get
Justin
there.
Herbert plays so terrible, yo. Go ahead.
And Ladd played so well, but we'll get there. And then the last two, but yeah. So anyway, Carson Beck, Miami, do what you do. It's no big. I don't care. We're moving on.
Burn up that little money y'all got. Nah, go ahead. Nah, I don't care. I do
keep
not.
Keep that Lamborghini truck. But hey, man, also I ain't hating on nobody getting their money, bro. If you not going, you might not be good in the pros. Get your 10, 15, 20 million now, and then go sit down.
If you're stupid enough to pay him, then you should pay him $10 million. I will pay him no attention.
Dion, Coach Prime, always in the news. Coach Prime shares his new rules that players have to when they go to class. No slide or anywhere. No slides, no tank tops. Sit in the front of the classroom. Seniors, if you stop going to class or get F's or D's, the staff will take away part of your check.
I love this. I love this the way that I love the NIL, where players, I've always said, I love that players are now independently wealthy in college. I don't throw these 3-4 years away making money for an organization who makes tons of money hand over foot, and then I never get it. Well, now you have the opportunity to get the money. With that, though, comes a different level of responsibility. You're a professional. You're an employee. You're all of these things now. So the requirement is, you're right, you can't come to my job in slides. You can't come to my job in a tank top. And if you get these D's and F's because you know that you're going to go to the pros, that's fine. I just want my money back because you're not working for me anymore. Even swap ain't no swindle.
Yeah, he's also kind of like taking the... Yeah, we'll get there, Sneaky. We'll talk about that in NFL. He also kind of this is the Eddie Robb approach, right? This is the Nick Saban approach. This is what, you know, when you sit in people's living room and say, I'm going to take care of your son. I'm going to help him raise him. I'm going to help you raise him and get him to this point of manhood. You've gotten him to young adult. I'm getting him to manhood. Instituting rules like this help instill discipline, but also protects the player from themselves, right? They're not wearing slides and tank tops, and if there's some type of dress code, it just eliminates that issue from the jump. So I like this. Shout out to Deion. He's always done what he said he was going to do. You really can't hate on him for that. No matter how he did it, you may hate the process, but he always done what he said he was going to do.
And at the end of the day, Deion likes, these are things my mama would be okay with. You're right. You shouldn't go to school in slides. You shouldn't go to school tank top. And I mean, you know, Russ kind of commented in the group earlier today. And shout out to the people who want to join the group. But he was like, "Oh, I don't like that slides." And I give him a different level of credit because Russ is a college athlete. But Russ was a college athlete when you didn't get paid. When you get paid, there's a different expectation. You're not an intern anymore. You're an employee. When you come in here, we're gonna talk about VCU get $300,000 a year. Yeah. Think about how many humans you know who don't get paid $300K. They show up with a shirt on. They show up with shoes on. They show up with pants on.
I'm cool with
the expectation.
I'm cool with everything except for the slides. I can wear sweatpants or sweatshirt, but I can't wear no slides. All right, that's the only part that I was like, But if you were wearing them like
shoes on, because you go to Utah and you get this GMC truck, and we pay the insurance on it. Put your shoes on. Matter of fact, put some shoes, and we give you 12 pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
I just showed a girl, the girls basketball, she showed me 15 different sneakers. Giannis, LeBron, Giannis, bomb. Bruh, if you're getting paid too much money, and I think we need more of that, especially if you guys are going to be adults earlier. At the end of the day, when you were amateurs and you didn't get paid, hey, dress how you want to. When you're getting paid at your job, Reggie, there's this expectation of the way that you're supposed to look. Right? Always has been. And they pay you commiserately for that. But if you work for free, then I can show up how I want to.
I guess.
And I'll be honest, I work for a pro team, and I still showed up in a shirt and tie every day because I still wanted to be perceived away. But for $300,000, I might have wore a tuxedo every day. What are we talking about here?
With the tail, showing up like stepbrothers.
Right. What?
Oh man, yeah, but
I
mean,
still Chick-fil-A coupons.
I'm not mad at Coach Prime, and he definitely patterns himself out after Nick Saban. And this is Nick Saban says he studied, Eddie Robinson, so you can't really. This is what Eddie Robinson did at Grambling. This is kind of like what's instilled in what we want in HBCUs. And I wouldn't be surprised if he learned a little bit of that from Jackson State.
And that's the other part of like going to a HBCU, bro. You had to dress up 3 times a week every week. There was not any week when I was in college where at least 3 days out of the week I wasn't dressed up. At least with student leader dress up day, frat dress up day, and then I had a presentation once a week. 3 days, every day. But when I got to my first job, I wasn't looking like Biggie Little Suit, Little Bitty Big Suit. 2 guys who I interviewed, and it was a big dude in a little suit and a little dude in a big suit. He looked crazy both times.
I was an engineer, bro. We wore jeans.
Carhartt. We sat in the back of. I was in sales. I had to talk to people every day.
Don't talk to me.
Look like me.
Khakis, sneakers, and a button up if I'm feeling fancy. That's it.
I am talking to people and I'm going to ask them for large sums of money because I work for a baseball team and we're asking for sponsorship money. Can you give me $100,000?
Shout out to Nick Saban. Nick Saban, I ain't gonna say a long time coming because he's been retired for 18 months. Nick Saban has been inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame.
They name this the Nick Saban Hall of Fame.
They probably need to name this the Nick Saban College Football Hall of Fame. Just take inductee off of there. Just put that right there. That'd be pissed. I'd piss off. They're not gonna do that because it's in Atlanta. Can't do that in Atlanta. That Alabama fans would never let them live that down.
You should
ever.
be uniquely qualified to know the reason that y'all should name it after him.
So
Alabama, what have y'all named after Nick Saban? Y'all need to start naming everything after him. Trees.
I think he's the field. I think it's the field because the stadium is Bear Bryant.
Bryant-Denny.
Yeah, Bryant-Denny Stadium. So I think the field is Nick Saban Field. Check on that for y'all. Y'all check on that for me. But
sucks.
Nick Saban, DB.
Brian, you cool, but you're not Nick.
Nick, I mean, he paid his dues. DB at Kent State, then was a GA, and then had worked his way all the way up through college and pros from Toledo to Michigan State, LSU, Bama. Defensive coordinator with the Cleveland Browns under Belichick. I think he was in the secondary coach with the Giants, or he was something with the Giants under Bill Parcells. So
no, athletes do not count, bro. Athletes do not count in dressing up.
He's not an athlete. I mean, he is an athlete, but he ain't do nothing at Hampton.
Right.
His brother was though. He was affiliated
every day. But yeah, I mean, did we not think that Nick Saban was gonna be?
Nick Saban should troll LSU. He should go up there with his LSU ring and his Alabama rings, and I would go up there with I would have like LSU Alabama just for both, just to piss everybody off.
I mean, there's nothing you can say to that dude. Congratulations, and legitimately got it out of the mud. Like Will earned.
Took Alabama off probation.
Yeah.
Took them off probation and took them back to glory. That's crazy. Folks forget that. They were on probation and he came back and got them. That's crazy. Woo! Greatest coach of all time. Greatest college football coach of all time.
And they love some Bear Bryant. So Nick came around there like,
who? The Bear Bryant started at Texas A&M. That's what they started saying. Texas A&M started taking
my boy.
They started saying Bear Bryant and Texas A&M a lot more after Nick Saban got there.
Your boy coming back?
Who? Daybor?
Etienne?
Oh yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. He's coming back. I'm happy. I figured he was coming back. If he didn't get hurt, he was out of there. But now that he's coming back and the other two running backs got hurt, somebody gonna transfer? Yeah, we good. Gotta get a quarterback. Got a whole lot of new receivers. UGA actually, they got that dude. They got Zachariah from USC. That
right
is going to be interesting.
The thing for me with this is, I mean, after you talk about Chinty and Scatterboo, I know how good he is. That guy's NFL ready today. Going back for another season, I guess. But if the players are, if the scouts understand who he is, then you go get him. He's better than his brother. And his brother's good.
Well, do we know if he's better than his brother? Because his brother's also in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. The Etienne family is very good at running the ball, let me tell you. And as good as his brother is, he's just better.
Yep. But ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of college football.
Well, we are not in the harbors.
No stories. Nope. We don't say nothing about I don't know nothing about the harbors. Nothing.
The harbors, baby.
Juicy campus. That was crazy.
I was a graduate by then.
Oh Lord!
Working for a minor league baseball team.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with our NFL segment of episode 174 of the Splashcast. Talk about wild card weekend. Talk about some Hawks news, and the Cowboys are being done.
No. Falcons news.
Falcons news, and the Cowboys are being dumb. Raiders, I don't know what you're doing. And Deshaun Watson doing Deshaun Watson. Well, not doing things. I'm not going to say Deshaun Watson things because we know what Deshaun Watson things are. So this time he wasn't doing those.
Yeah. You got to clarify when you say doing Deshaun Watson things. Freaky D does different things, and you don't want to get mixed up in that.
Yep. But we'll be right back. We're going to take about 2 or 3 minutes because this is when I'm going to go get my beverage. And then we will be right back. Y'all stay tuned. Episode 175 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. Like, follow, subscribe. See y'all.
Spligak.
Stop my greatness. You can't block my shine. I'm moving forward and not wasting time. It's changing, evolving high, no matter what you say.
Trying to navigate my way, I swear it ain't no GPS. Searching Google Maps, trying to get myself so closer to success. Yeah, Lord, I know I'm blessed, so let me make it clear. Just wanna triple my residuals from other years. I just wanna make it to the top, just for my younger peers. We was some hustling motherfuckers in them younger years. But look, we passed that and I boxed my feelings in, cause how we living is so abstract. Take a second, think like recollect and bring that past back. Would you still do it? Do it all again. And the moves that we was making, did they matter then? Or do they matter now? Either way, don't let them count you out. We're from the habitat where they gon' count you out. Let's talk about it.
You can't stop my greatness. You can't block my shine. I'm moving forward and not wasting time. It's changing, evolving high, no matter what you say.
Happy birthday, Cushy. Yeah. We came a long way from Section 8. God gave me grace. Used to want to steal from collection plates. I was young, though. Didn't know better. Was an adolescent. Yeah, I gained mom's hell. And now understand their pressure. Can't go with it, so I try to teach it. Cause if I don't, my kids will go through what I went through. It's up to me to preach it. That's a fact. They so easily influenced by this internet. I can't blame it, cause there's some things I was told I ain't listened yet. I'm stubborn, but I've been dope. I'll be a legend. I'm evolving. That's a fact. I keep a Glock. I never fool with revolvers at all. Shit hella changed, cause you dog these niggas tripping. Only time I'm wasting time is when I'm shitting. Yeah.
You can't stop my greatness. You can't block my shine. I'm moving forward and not wasting time. It's changing, evolving high, no matter what you say.
Tippy's nugget on pinky ring. Honey bun on my new truck. Fuck you and your friend don't get no fuck. All money good but like blue bucks. These Dior not Taylor Chucks. We poppin' so they pay for us. Ricky, Sully. My bitch the bitch you seeing in your dreams. I promise to my dog when sip no lean. What? Zero luck, all hustle for this cream. For real. Zero luck, all hustle for this cream. For real.
Cash rule everything around me. If it ain't about money, don't sign me. Cash money shit like Brian Williams. I hit the scene, I'm bound to stay. Nigga, I'ma pop my shit for real, cause I ain't gotta tell the tale. I'ma use my eyeballing skills if I ain't gotta scale. Racks bustin' out my pocket, I got racks on.